Getting an update on the Spring Grove boys basketball program with head coach Wade Grinde, and coach are off to a 2-0 start thus far. And granted, it's a small sample size of the season to this point, but what's made you the most happy to this point?
I think just our team cohesiveness. We got a great bunch of kids. We're dealing with a few injuries right now, and a lot of our young kids, sophomores and juniors, are really playing really well together. They really love basketball, and it shows in practice when we get together. Our gains are a lot better, a lot faster because of the fact that they really want to get better. They're really committed. They got a lot of buy-in. So we're happy with what we're seeing so far.
How do you develop that cohesiveness so early in the season?
Well, honestly, I think it has a lot to do with the parenting. I mean, the parents get them first and take good care of them and send them up to us, and they have great values. But we have a tradition here that people are used to. We've been around a long time, and the team concept is very important here, and they understand that they're representing, the history of our program as well as their new chapter of this season.
And this year, you got the full 26 game schedule on the docket as compared to really a half season that you got to play last year. How cool of a feeling is that?
Yeah, it was a little odd. We stepped into the gym last weekend, and then this week we had our home opener, and it just brought the juices back. Coming running out to the fans, and having the full gyms. It just makes it so much better, and that's the way high school basketball is made to be played.
And I know you played a game down at the border battle at Luther last weekend. You'll play a game down in the state of Iowa this year. When you have to adjust to playing the quarter style of basketball as compared to the half style of basketball, is it that big of an adjustment from a preparation standpoint, or is it a case of your kids know how to play, and whenever the buzzer sounds, they'll regroup?
It's actually kind of nice to have that extra quarter break, especially early in the year when you have a young team, to get an extra time out in there just to talk and regroup. And honestly, kids don't notice it. The coaches do. There's a number of times where we've looked up at the clock and maybe wanted to call a timeout and realized there was, 30 seconds or a minute left in the quarter. So, we didn't have to use up that timeout. So I would say there isn't much of an adjustment or change.
And what are the things that you're looking to improve on the most at this point in the season?
Well, right now, just finishing. Scoring right now. We're playing extremely hard. And sometimes when you play as hard as we play, you play a little bit out of control, and we're a little bit off balance in our finishes. The passes are a little bit off. Great passing teams are great shooting teams. And we're just a little bit too amped up. So we got to learn to play at our speed. We got to start finishing shots better around the rim. And that's fairly typical of a young group that's really excited to get things rolling every game. So basically right now we got to work a lot better on just scoring.
And when you talk about being amped up, last weekend you got in the gym, this weekend you had your home opener, you had fans there, you had that juice is flowing and everything about that. Is part of that getting used to that environment, which you haven't had for a couple of years?
Yeah, Darren, it was actually kind of funny. Some of the kids didn't even know how to do the pregame handshake because with COVID, you weren't allowed to touch anybody, and you had to have masks on. So we as coaches that have been around a long time, we didn't really think about that. But with these younger kids, they're not really even used to some of this environment issues. So they're just jacked and excited, and that makes it more fun for everybody. And we had a really nice crowd here on Tuesday night for our home opener and against Houston, and it was a lot of fun. And I think now the kids can kind of calm back down and stay focused between the lines.
All right, what's it going to take for this group to have as much success as possible this year?
Well, we have to get healthy. Our senior all-conference player is out with a broken fibula, and once Carson Gerard comes back, we're going to put a 6'5", big, strong, athletic kid, and our only senior actually, in our lineup. And once he joins this team, we're going to see a lot of growth. We got a lot of athletic kids. We think by mid-January, February, we think we're going to hit our stride, and then we're going to know better where we fit in the section. But you coaches always kind of have an idea or a feel for their team if they got a shot. And I think this team definitely has a chip and a chair in the game. I think they're towards the end of the season, it's going to be a team that nobody's going to want to play. Record-wise, we're going to stumble a little bit here early, so we might not be, record-wise in the top group. But we really like what's going to happen with this group down the stretch. So if we keep that great culture, attitude, score a little bit better, add Carson back, and just gradual improvement on all the little fundamentals, it's going to be a good group, Darren.
So little things mean a lot. That's what you're telling me, right?
That's all it is. It's all it is. It's just good balance, shot faking, ball movement, screening, talking, all the little things that make teams better, knocking down free throws and playing together, and then just going out and, working hard, outworking the team every night. Good things happen.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the update. Congrats on a 2-0 start, and hopefully you guys can keep moving things in the right direction. We wish best of luck as you get back on the floor Friday night and the long trip down in the state of Iowa on Saturday. And hopefully Mother Nature cooperates that you guys can play both those games.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to these next two games.
Wade Grinde, head coach of the Spring Grove Lion boys.